$50,000. This is a 50,000. 2004. Mine's a 2005. Okay? And my thing got 44,564 miles. 54,276 miles. Silver gray metallic. That's the same color as this car. Crazy thing too, these are the stock seats right here. I didn't do that. Okay, I bought the car like this. But other than that, I mean, cosmetically, I think it looks pretty damn good. And so, yeah, interior, very clean. Very, very clean. Except, I mean, besides the sagging headliner and just stuff like that, the interior is in immaculate condition as well. And I just find out that this exact car is selling on Enthusiast Auto Group for $50,000 with 10,000 more miles and 1 year older. Now I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I don't know whether I should be driving this car. I don't know if I should be selling this car. I don't know if I should be garaging this car. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with my life now? Oh, God. So here's the thing, right? The fact that that example is selling for $50,000 means that 54,000 miles is considered mint for this car. So let me just tell you a little bit of why this car is potentially selling for $50,000. The ZHP just has a bit of a cult following, and it's kind of got this legendary status in the E46 community because it's a lot more dailyable than the M3. And at the same time, a lot of people think that this is the perfect amount of street ability mixed with sport capability. And so for a lot of E46 perverts, this car would be like the GTS of the lineup, right? It's not the GT3, but it's more than the S. And this is the car to get if you want an E46 that you can daily and enjoy. And I don't fucking know. And the thing is, you can correct me on this. I'm not very well educated on the topic, but I think the number of cars with these ZHP packages that were sold is lower than the number of M3s that were sold. So ZHPs in general are rarer than M3s, right? And that kind of exaggerates the desirability of the car. It makes it more appealing to collectors. And so essentially what's happening is the E46 is growing in popularity. I think before, the E36 was the affordable kind of classic that a lot of people wanted, and now the E36 is getting too old, and a lot of people are looking at the E46 and thinking that, wow, that chassis hasn't aged at all. It's a beautiful car, and it's something affordable I can get that is fun and still pretty refined, and it's just like, it's the perfect blend of analog with newer gen, right? Or I don't know what the fucking thinking behind it is, but it's just the E46 is growing in desirability, and the E46 M3 is getting too expensive, but then the regular E46s have all been beaten up. And so a lot of people are looking at the ZHPs and thinking that that's the perfect E46 to get for me. And what it's doing is it's shooting up the values of the ZHPs. And that already happened at the point that I bought my ZHP, right? I bought this car a year and a half ago with 38,000 miles. And I genuinely overpaid for it. I paid $1,000 for this car, okay? And at the time, a lot of people thought I was crazy because that's basically M3 money, like I said. And I wasn't proud of it, but this was the exact type of car I was looking for, and I was willing to pay the premium for the amount of miles it got. You know, it was in mint condition. And I knew that these cars wouldn't depreciate, right? I knew that ZHPs were gonna appreciate, and I wasn't really buying the car to make an investment. I was more buying the car because that's the car I wanted. I knew that it would be nearly impossible to come across this example again, and so if I missed that opportunity, I wouldn't be able to have this car. So anyways, my point is, I overpaid for the car, and because I overpaid for it, I kind of expected to be taking the depreciation as if I bought a new car from the dealership, right? It's just I paid a premium, and then when I sell it again, it's gonna be depreciated, and I'm going to take a loss. And I was okay with that thought. It took me, I think, a couple months to get over the buyer's remorse and to just enjoy the car that I got, not as an investment, but to just enjoy myself and to, you know, whatever. And so that's how I've been living. And then I've just been driving the car more. I've been using it for every single use case. I even went to pick up my mom and my sister from the airport in this car, right? And I filled up the entire back with suitcases. I've been dailying this car like nobody's business. And then I look on Enthusiast Auto Group just for fun, because I like looking at prices on premium BMWs because I'm a BMW enthusiast. And I see my exact car with more miles selling for 50 grand. And if I know anything about Enthusiast Auto Group, that thing's probably gonna sell for 50 grand. And it just makes me question, like, maybe I didn't overpay for this car. Maybe dollars was the market value for a pristine example of a ZHP with 38,000, you know, sub 40, 50,000 miles. And I never thought of myself as this guy who buys cars and thinks of the value, because, you know, like, I even made all this big talk about how any car besides a Honda Civic is a bad financial decision. You shouldn't be buying cars if you're trying to make a good financial decision. And I always sided with those people that believe that cars are meant to be driven, and you shouldn't just let collectors' cars sit in garages. But now I'm starting to understand that that's really easy to say when you don't own a collector's car, and that amount of money in an asset isn't in your possession. And now that I'm thinking that $50,000 might be what I'm fucking driving around every day, it's just making me rethink whether I want to keep stacking on miles on this car or start treating it like an investment. I don't know. Like, I'm just... Like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to be doing shit like this anymore. I think I mentioned it to you guys that I wanted to stick a limited slip differential in the car and also just put some cool wheels on it, you know, do this and that. But now I'm just thinking, like, should I even be modifying this car when this is probably one of the cleanest examples of a ZHP out there? And there's a cop right there. I know it's just parked, but it's just a thing, you know? I had so many plans on how I should modify this vehicle. That's a 2002 right there. Holy shit, that's cool. Oh. Oh my God. Okay, I got distracted and I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I wanted to modify this car. I wanted to switch out the differential. I wanted to do all these things to it. But now I'm thinking, can I do that? Because, you know, like, once I start modifying this thing, it's going to just tank the value of it, right? Dude, 54,000 miles selling for 50 grand. And the funny thing is, I got a ZHP instead of an M3 because I wanted something that I would be more comfortable abusing, because I was gonna use my car, and the more I used it, the more problems I would have with the engine if it was an S54. So I went with the M54 because they're known to be more reliable. They're a lot more daily friendly. And I've just been dailying this thing, not understanding that this is a fucking future classic. Maybe I should just sell this thing for $40,000 and get myself an M2 right now. Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. Like, one of my all-time dream cars is the BMW 1M. And I always told myself, if I get the BMW 1M, I'm going to daily it and I'm going to abuse it. But like as of right now, I don't think I'm comfortable enough financially to justify depreciating the fuck out of my collector's car. So like I said, I still have the stock seats. The passenger seat is completely mint. The driver's seat is like scuffed up on this side right here. And like besides the headliner and stuff, this car's practically mint. I mean, she's good looking, that's for sure. You know, like, what would you do if you found out that the car you thought was worth $25,000 is worth $50,000? You know, like, if I just fixed up the headliner and just did some minor, like, detailing on the outside, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I know there's gonna be people that say, there's no way I'd pay $50,000 for the car, but it's like, well, you're not the target group. It's like this. I think in terms of supply, there's maybe, like, 5 of these at most, and then the demand is probably like 100 people that are willing to buy it for an outrageous amount of money. And so maybe it makes sense, you know, but hey, chill. I'm filming a video, man. Okay, so I just checked the footage and I realized that I didn't do a very good job showing off the car earlier. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you the car right now while the fucking dog's yelling at me, okay? This is the E46. I mean, she's pretty good looking, you know? Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm just a little bit lost on what I should do with this car. So please let me know what you guys think I should do with it. Or if any of you guys have an offer you want to shoot me for the car and you want to buy it off me, let me know. I might be open to it. So yeah, today's actually, I'm ahead of schedule right now, but today's actually my second week of running this channel, and we're at 132 subscribers, which is crazy. You did not have it delivered to your house. Your mom did. Yes. That's right. But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, liking the videos. I really didn't expect this channel to be doing so well, but I really appreciate it. So let me know what kind of content you guys want going forward for this channel. I will try to make videos that you guys are interested in, and I'll see you in the next video.